Hi everyone, this is audap. We're here to kill chaos, running on PlayStation 5. Alright, warriors, warrior of calamity. Jack and the others are engulfed in a massive wave of mist released upon Astos' fall. From it, they learn that Astos was once a friend and a close companion of theirs. Taking up his torch, they resolve to protect Cornelia from the malevolent... okay, well, I guess we'll get back to it on the credit roll here. They resolve to protect Cornelia from the malevolent manipulations of Lufinians, but on their return to Cornelia, they are greeted with a terrible sight. The city is a carnal house swarming with vicious monsters. The company attempts to save Princess Sarah and Princess Mia by escorting them out of the city, but the princesses are cut down mere moments from escape. Princess Sarah breathes her last in Jack's arms, and he plummets into the pits of despair. It is in that moment that his allies suddenly attack. It'd be nice if I could just scroll this myself. Maybe that's too much to ask, I guess. He merely fends off their blows at first, but soon rage engulfs him and he kills them one by one. With Princess Sarah dead and his friend slain by his own hand, Jack is consumed by darkness and despair. He remembers Astos' words and sets out for the Chaos Shrine at the extraction point. Why is it so weird to ask that I scrolled that myself? I mean, I scroll other things by myself, like in all the descriptions you pick up. Oh, excuse me. The Lufinians speak of this glorious future of theirs with reverence, but it is a future for who exactly? It is painfully obvious that any and all life in Cornelia has no place in their coming utopia, and in that sense their seemingly cruel actions are completely rational, at least from the perspective of maintaining balance. And that is precisely why I must ensure that your desperate plan succeeds, Jack. All the gears have been set into motion, and all the pieces set in place. Travel to the heart of Chaos Shrine to bring it all to an end.
We finally partitioned ourselves off from that vile, obsolete world. We cannot allow them to re-establish the connection from their end. That is why we need to keep monitoring the balance of light and darkness. If it looks like it will crumble, then we inject darkness to reverse the course, or reset the world if need be.
Of course. If I could reset the world. No, that's not enough. I need chaos. Chaos! All the chaos there is in this cursed land.
It's weird to come back here. I mean, this is like the first level we went to. When the harmonious balance that defines her collapse, in short, when the darkness of her crystal and her innate light undergo a sudden violent shift, a singularity that will warp the very fabric of this world will manifest. All the darkness in Cornelia will gather to her, and when it joins to her light, there will be no mutual annihilation, but a convergence leading to the birth of chaos. It is this very end that my dear friend must seek, painful though it may be for him to endure. For he needs her to fulfill his forgotten aim, and seeking her safety is the key to everything. Oh, that's right. All the ladders and stuff are already pulled down, too. Yeah, I don't know how much of this stuff we have to go over. Boing! So much stronger as Chaos. I guess I should have started like this. Oh, why was I saying no to Chaos? Oh, Chaos seems okay right now. Describe Chaos for me, will you? What shape does this legendary creature of darkness and terror assume? To listen to the rumors on the street, as many fanciful forms as there are stars in the sky. And yet there is one trait all depictions have in common. It appears as an inhuman monster, terrible to behold. When rage and despair are bound to emotion, Chaos takes form. How will it change my dear friend, I wonder, when his transformation is complete? An anatomy of terror in the eyes of the Lufinians? I'm sure, but to my fellow conspirators and I, a glass glittering ray of hope. Corridor of Fools. How dare you call me a fool? I kind of am, but you know, just don't want anybody to say that out loud. Okay, not that way apparently. Wait, why does it even let me through here then? I know, I'm trying to remember the way. I mean, it's been a long time. It's been like 17 hours since we've seen this stuff. That's right. Take that sandworm. It's like, go back to Dune. God, everything I'm picking up is worse than what I have. What the heck? What the heck, game? You're not gonna give me any better equipment? Really? Oh, this is at the beginning again. Okay, well, I don't want to be here. Well, not too late. Do-do-do. Running. It was a tormented soul, and then I tormented it in the afterlife. It's just really not a good day for that thing. Within the heart of the singularity, he will be reborn. But to be merely reborn is not enough. He must accept the chaotic darkness of the singularity into his very soul. Following a similar principle to how the fiends manifest, it is emotion and despair merging that converge the gloom born from a singularity into true darkness. From this, it should be evident that darkness will follow him wherever he goes, drawn ever to the gravitational well of his momentous despair. It is the darkness injected into this world, and the darkness born and bred here, that will guide him to the inevitable conclusion of our ploy. All that is left is for him to use the warp device I prepared to send himself and all his accompanying shadows to that pocket dimension of theirs. Our plan will end in failure if we cannot seize the power to reset the world from them. Isn't that right, Jack? I don't know. I don't remember this stuff.
Jack, Neon, Sophia.
Yeah, kind of how it seems, doesn't it? Ooh, I finally got something that's better than what I have. My goodness.
Fenians don't deserve a future. I'll use their power against them. And the power they fear the most. I'll tear it all down. Everything they hold dear. Only then will I end this ridiculous farce.
Far, far away lies a place that can only be considered another dimension. Here, the Lefinians constructed what they call stations to serve their needs. Stations are like homes to the strangers, and in a sense like a second home to me. From the various stations, the Lufinians monitor and control the very fate of the world. With cold rationality, they fine-tune the balance of light and dark, and even wield the power to reset existence if deemed necessary. A long time ago, you told me that you wish to completely sever our world from the Lufinians and wrest the power to reset the world from their grip. To this end, you hatched a plot, and spoke at great length to me of my role within it. But enough history. This message is likely my final piece of guidance to you before you warp to Lufenia, Jack. Become chaos. Free us from the shackles of our would-be gods.
Warning. Chaos infection. Warning. Chaos infection. Extraction denied. Extraction denied. Initiate immediate memory erasure and pacification.
Screw you. Screw you all!
Warning. Chaos infection. Warning. Chaos infection.
Decompression in Station 19. Positive ID. Senior Agent Jack Garland.
He's completely corrupted.
But this wasn't in Astos' report.
He's a traitor. That's why.
Contagion confirmed.
Report!
Unknown. Suspected metaphysical anomaly. Corruption spreading.
If this continues, he'll reestablish our link to the old world.
Then we have no choice. Reset it.
I see no other option.
Activating dimensional crystal matrix. Preparing to initiate world reboot.
Agent Jack Garland, can you hear me?
Clear as day.
The station you're in is infected. We're going to reinitialize it along with the old world. We've got no other choice.
Who do you think you are?
He's unintelligible.
Likely due to chaos corruption.
Jack, acknowledge.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
Dimensional crystal matrix ready. Standing by.
Do it.
Activating.
Arrogant bastards! Wanna play God? I won't let you! I'll rip that power from your hands and make it my own!
Uh-oh, we're gonna fight a crystal dragon?
What are you doing? Jack, stop!
You bastards don't deserve the right to play God!
What's left for me to smash? I mean, this is it, but...
change. This is the
Any spells?
smash the light till only darkness remains.
What is that?
Analyzing.
No, my friends.
You're wasting your time. This soul is mine to devour. A feast fit for chaos. Now I'll swallow you whole, and even those damn fiends will kneel to me as their lord.
Oh, who are we fighting now? Who could it be?
I know who you are.
I am Darkness Manifest, the sum of the world's fears. You stand before despair given form. You stand before chaos.
No, I'm Chaos. No, me.
Shut up. The mantle of chaos is mine. I claim your darkness as my own.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Now show me that you are worthy. Bear your soul to me.
Yeah, and
You asked
my
for
mouth
it.
and my stomach.
Just don't flinch from what you see.
Play yourself, Jack. No!
Shut up, asshole! Stand back and witness the birth of chaos. And watch as your plans turn to dust. Don't misunderstand me. You're going to die. The darkness inside me will swallow you whole. An eternity of despair will do that to you. But I need more. We're only just getting started. Perfect. That darkness and rage will be mine. Almost. Leon, Sophia, Astos, don't worry. Now the end is here.
Jack, let's talk this out. What do you want?
It's not enough. It's still not enough.
Oh, Super Saiyan Jack. Ow. all worse equipment than I have. How does that work out? From the last boss. Or second to last boss. Whichever boss this is.
Central has given clearance to isolate and detach Station 19. Control is to be transferred to the next station.
Agent Garland, you are hereby discharged. Goodbye, Jack. Lufenia thanks you for your service.
You give Central a message of resignation for me. You'll never cast off your shackles to the old world. Not as long as you continue to flush your darkness into Cornelia. So I'll bide my time, gather my strength, and use that link to return someday. Mark my words, I'll be back to wipe all of you from existence. I'll burn your precious Lufenia to the ground!
That is absurd.
You saw the power I now wield!
Chaos, unpredictable, uncontrollable, while our technology advances by the day.
While you're down there, Jack, do remember to keep an eye out for the Warriors of Light. Balance is everything. Champions will arise one day to bring you low.
What the hell do you know about Cornelia? Here's a tip. There's no such thing as the Warriors of Light. They're just empty hopes, false dreams, childish fantasy. Who knows more about what makes a warrior of light than us? I get it now. Hey, boss. Don't bother sending any more strangers.
What are you talking about? What's so funny?
Answer us!
Not a chance!
Okay. I don't know what's going on. Oh, and once again, I got worse equipment. What is going on? So confusing. I really do like the more subtle and also more violent rumble of the PlayStation 5 controller. They did a really good job with the controller. I do wish it was like a tiny less thick, but overall, it's good times.
The reset was successful. This was all part of our plan, wasn't it, Ash? Sorry, Jed. It was never a mercy to forget. You were right. And I should have listened. Leon, sorry to get you mixed up in all of this. Thanks for sticking with us till the end. Sophia, this is our world now. I won't let those bastards use it as their plaything. Those of you who love Cornelia, never give up hope. The Warriors of Light will come one day.
No, hey, my old poker buddies.
Welcome home.
Don't you think it's a little dark in here?
We're storing it all here for now. It's still about 2,000 years before the reign of our friend, the king.
We wove the threads of darkness to pull you back through time.
Lufenia's tentacles can't reach us here.
You're in a good mood.
I've got a fun plan.
Do tell.
We'll train the Warriors of Light ourselves.
Interesting.
How?
The Warriors of Light will be born in Cornelia. Just like you were, Neon.
Of course. They're Cornelia's hope after all. Makes sense they'd be from there.
Hope. Despair. Lufenia won't dictate these terms to anyone anymore. I've been wondering, when did you all start scheming to turn me into chaos?
He's good.
Better than good. Only Jack can fight like that.
Glad to see he's back. Took long enough.
What?
Our memories are fragmented, incomplete. But then we started putting all the pieces together.
It was touch and go there for a while. We'd have never figured it out without those hints Astos gave us.
Though there were some unplanned sacrifices.
And yet we pulled it off. Kudos to the brilliant mastermind behind it all.
Mastermind. Astos, I want you to be my accomplice. With your help, we may be able to change things next time.
Be safe, Jack. May the crystal's blessing be with you, always.
Sarah, I'd like you to have this.
But... this is very special to you. You've never even let me touch it before.
A friend gave me some advice once. He said, you've got to be crazy if you want to change the world.
And is that what this is? Crazy?
Perhaps, but it's only the beginning.
Then what happens next?
Let's see. How about I spirit you away to my dark castle?
Father will send his armies.
Oh, I won't stand a chance. But the Lord of Chaos might. Maybe I should change jobs.
Then the Warriors of Light will come.
They're welcome to.
Yes, bye, camera. I didn't know you could see me.
Cloaked in gloom and veiled by shadow, we await that fateful day when the Warriors of Light arise. Although their glow may be faint at first, even a sputtering candle is brilliant against the black of night.
Ugh, that armor's so cool.
So, we will plunge this world into the depths of darkness.
And now
What? Is this a James Gunn film? What the heck?
final
Yeah, wow, that was the end. Yeah, Stranger of Paradise. You know, at the end of the day, this is really good. Just wish, you know, it looked better. Because it is not a good-looking game. Not at all. With that being said, yeah, I think I think the base gameplay is really, really good. You know, Team Ninja is known for good base gameplay, and here it shows. You know, they really managed to put something together, not really related to Final Fantasy in any way, but you know, the framework is there. What are we? Yeah. Anyway, I think it's well done, and you know, overall, you know, this is a game that I would play again, really on the action setting. I can't believe we're doing Frank Sinatra for the last song. Are you guys kidding me? Frank Sinatra is such a fucking expensive license. It's ridiculous how much it costs to license a Frank Sinatra song. Believe me, I have tried to do it myself. But yeah, I think if you like action games, and this is certainly well done. It's not Team Ninja's best. You know, I mean, Ninja Gaiden and Neo are still better games. But even with that being said, you know, this is better than a lot of other action games. So, you know, while it's not their best game, it doesn't mean that it's a bad game either. And it's certainly worth playing. I think it's interesting the connotations that this has. This is really like the earliest point in Final Fantasy's universe. But you know, Final Fantasy is a multiverse, so you know, while this may be an early story, you know, it's probably not the definitive story. At least that's my guess with the way things are. I think at the very end of the day, you know, I had a lot of fun with it. I do love the system, you know, the fighting system, the action system. I love the guard cancels and the counters and the transitions into other jobs. I love the fact that there is a job system out there, and they do feel different. Although the magic system is kind of tough to implement since you have to have a charge time with it. But with that being the case, you know, well done. All the designs are well done, even though the graphics are, you know, distinctively low polygon, not very good performance, even in performance mode. Sort of ugly, really, overall. It does feel like an upscaled PlayStation 3 game, and I wouldn't doubt if that was the case. You know, this does not have the normal budget of a Final Fantasy game. You can tell right away. I mean, it doesn't even have the budget of a Dynasty Warriors game. And Dynasty Warriors is, again, also kind of notorious for not being particularly good looking, but, you know, playing really well. So yeah, for Final Fantasy fans, I think this is something which would be significantly different. It's much harder than a normal Final Fantasy game, especially something that's made from Square traditionally. So you had to bear that in mind. But you can play story mode, and the story mode is, I think, a little bit too much of a cakewalk. It is a little easier than I'd like, while action mode, I think, is a little bit harder than what I'd like. If there was something in between, I think this game would be higher on my list. You know, higher on my list of top likes this year. But as it is, I had a good time, and so are the implications of how the world is created. That chaos is not necessarily a force of evil. Interesting take on the universe. Taking down the gods, of course, is not, you know, abnormal for a Final Fantasy game, but told in this way, I think it's interesting. Oh boy, chaos difficulty is unlocked. Cyclic Warrior. Wield the power of chaos. The Cyclic Warrior can hold R2 to access the Soul of Chaos ability. Though it will reduce your maximum MP, you can channel it into one of 4 terrifying attacks based on the direction you input. Inferno, Earthquake, Tsunami, or Whirlwind. The choice is yours. Yeah, and again, to me, because the fighting system is so well implemented and it's fun to play, you know, all the things make sense in a gameplay, you know, just strictly from a gameplay point of view. Maybe not in the overall universe of Final Fantasy, but, you know, I could see myself really getting into this at the higher difficulty levels. Now, even the standard action difficulty level, I did enjoy it for a while, but it did get really hard, and it's sort of hard to do a show, and, you know, you're just getting beat on over and over again for something that is not a Souls game. But yeah, check it out. I would actually recommend it. Whether you are a Final Fantasy you like the Final Fantasy universe, or if you just like action games, you know, good, well-designed action games, it's worth your time and money. So yeah, recommend it for me. Check it out. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.